Last week, on Thursday Night Therapy, our campaign started, and our 4 adventurers found themselves drugged and press-ganged and forced into the life of piracy. In the middle of the ocean, and completely outnumbered, they found themselves living the life of a pirate, whether they wanted to or not. They were issued jobs, and they met some potential friends, and perhaps some potential enemies. After enjoying their evening meal, they witnessed punishment delivered to one poor member of the crew who had admitted to stealing from the crewmaster's store, and his punishment was a keel hauling, which he unfortunately did not survive. After his body was tossed overboard, the captain asked if there were any others that were due punishment for today. And Mr. Plug informed him that yes, he did indeed have one name on his list, and that name was of Torrin. Mr. Plug reads from his notebook. Torrin, sir. Failure to adequately fulfill her role and duties on the ship. What punishment should I deal to her, sir? And the captain considers this for a moment.
3 lashes.
As he
Mr.
says
Plug
this...
turned.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to...
Oh, go
Des
on.
will step forward and say, if I may interject here for a second, Captain. I don't believe that Mr. Plug is being quite fair here.
He just glares at you. He seems, I think, affronted that you've even had the nerve to speak, but he does not say anything.
Well, you see, being up in the crow's nest and all, I get to see quite a lot of what's going on around on the deck. And as far as I could tell, Torrin, if that's your name, love, was doing pretty much the same as everyone else. She was working away. I did notice, though, that Mr. Plug may have had amorous intentions towards her at some point, but was knocked back. It might be why he's feeling a bit of a sting and wants her to be punished for something that she hadn't done.
He takes a couple steps.
Sorry, he takes a couple steps towards you. I was a little bit too trigger happy there on the FX button. Yeah. He steps towards you.
Are you questioning the authority of my first mate?
I'm only calling it like I see it, sir.
I have no interest of what you are seeing. I am interested in what my first mate is saying. Unless you want to join her on the whipping post, I suggest you keep your mouth shut.
Noted. No, step back in line.
Mr. Plug nods and turns to you, Torrin. He raises his hand to you, almost gesturing you to take it, and says softly, would you like to come with me?
I won't take his hand, but I will step forward.
In that case, he, without dropping his hand, he turns and gestures to you to move towards the main mast, where Master Scourge is standing a few meters away and is already taken out his whip and is running it through his fingers. As you step towards the mast, he looks at you. He's like, Don't worry, love. I'll take it easy on you today.
As that happens,
as you get close,
I kind of lean to my brother and under my breath go, I can't wait to take that fucker's voice box, bruv.
His fucking teeth, bruv.
I assume you're wearing your jacket, Torrin.
Yes.
Then Mr. Plug asks, if you would kindly remove your jacket for me.
I'll look directly at him, and I still am not saying anything. I'm just gonna stare at him, and I slowly take it off, fold it, and put it on the floor next to me.
Wonderful. And if you would like to place your hands through these loops here, and you see that there's 2 rope loops attached above head height on the main mast.
I will. No, I can't do that. Bollocks. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll stick my hands out and grab the loops.
Okay. He actually wants you to put them through. And as you do, he tugs the ropes from behind, and they're instantly drawn tighter, so that you're now secured, with your hands bound on the main mast. And he turns to Master Scorch. When you're ready, Master Scorch, at your own pleasure. And
As he turns
You hear-
away,
yeah,
would I be able to mutter something under my breath?
you can say whatever you like. I feel like you're insinuating that you would like to cast a spell.
I'm thinking about it. How much movement do I have in my hands?
Virtually none. They are bound to the mat. Literally, these ropes are there to keep you secured
Yeah.
during the whipping with your hands up. So I mean, you can move your fingers, but your hands are basically attached to the mast at this point.
I'm trying to think whether this would be a hand spell or a fingers spell. The pedanticness of being a caster.
Just try and find something that's only a vocal one.
I haven't got any of those that would work.
Well, as you're
Okay,
thinking
I'd
about
leave
this,
it. Yeah.
as
I'm
you-
thinking.
as you hear the slight movement of something running across the deck, and then a swift of air, and you feel the whip crack.
Has he just
On
taken a
your
running
back.
jump at it? What a bastard!
Running jump.
Well, you know, so you something he took a run at it.
No. He pulled back. That was supposed to be the sound of the whip cutting through the air. Anyway, you take 4 points of slashing damage.
Yelp.
As I said, first you hear the crack first before you feel anything, and it takes a second or two for your body to kind of realize what's happened, and suddenly you feel this intense pain on the flesh of your back.
Silent. I am
Mr. Plug
silent with no
Okay.
expression on my face.
Mr. Plug has moved round so that he's basically standing just off to the side, but so he's looking right into your face, almost uncomfortably close, and he's grinning as the first whip cracks. That's shortly followed by a second. That's 3 points of slashing damage. And a third. That's 5 points of slashing damage.
When
I assume.
the second
Yep.
hits me, I'll smile. And when the third hits me, I'll spit in his face.
Nasty.
As you begin to smile, his grin starts to drop. It initially looked like he was getting some enjoyment out of this, but seeing that you were, well, taking it quite well, it would seem, it seemed to ruin his fun somewhat. And as his grin completely drops and you take the third one, you spit in his face.
Big old gob right in the eyes.
Okay, he immediately puts his hand up. I cannot believe this Hurensohn. And he deftly walks around the mast towards Master Scourge. He turns to the captain. She spat in my face. Did you see what she did? This dirty bitch spat in my face. And he takes the whip from Master Scourge. And before the captain can say anything, he gives her a fourth. It's another 4 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
He actually raises his arm again for a fifth. But at this point, the captain
Says, that is enough for today.
and he slowly, reluctantly puts his hand down and tosses the whip back to Master Scourge. Turns and leaves the deck and heads into the officers' quarters. Master Scourge at this point comes over to you, Torrin, and starts to release your arms. That wasn't so bad, was it, darling, eh?
Silent. I'm not saying a fucking word to these pricks.
Same time tomorrow evening?
Oh yeah,
He
you're
gives you
getting it, son.
a golden grin and follows off behind Mr. Plug.
Golden teeth, fuck.
And without a word, the captain also turns and leaves, and the atmosphere relaxes again.
I
And
will pick up my coat and just have it folded on my arm.
Your back is bleeding profusely.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay. So as the officers leave the deck, the pirates basically start taking part in whatever entertainments they had done before. A couple of them actually go below deck, and the others, as I said, just seem to relax, having a drink. There's some dice games going on, some arm wrestling, and you actually see one guy sat down, and he seems to be carving into some sort of, looks like a large bone. He's doing some sort of engraving onto that. But it would seem that you are now free to do whatever you want.
Okay, so a quick DM question.
Yeah.
I have dice as a gaming set, which I believe
yep.
means that I'm proficient in it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was to play dice and I wanted to attempt to cheat, would that
Okay,
give me
yeah.
a kind of a bonus to sleight of hand for that kind of thing, or? Is,
Yeah. I mean, if
not-
you wanted to cheat at the game, yeah. I would. Yeah. Basically.
Noted.
That's a thing that's good to know when I also have a dice set proficiency.
Yeah. Actually, if you open up the Wormwood crew picture,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
there's one guy on the left in the middle. He's actually tossing
One with the
dice
dice.
in the air. Yep,
Yeah.
he's playing dice. And it seems that he's attracted the attention of the small gnome that joined the crew with you this morning. And they seem to be playing dice. Next to him, the guy with the mustache and the bald head. He's currently arm wrestling on a barrel with the half-orc. And the guy directly in the middle, he's the guy sat carving on a piece of bone.
Alright. I'm gonna head over to the guy with the bone and have a look and see if I can see what he's up to.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me a... Oh god, what would that be? Sorry, I'm thinking of Pathfinder rules, but there is no... I'm just trying to think of under what knowledge...
An intelligence check? Or
Yeah,
history? Or arcana? Or...
Just give me a straight intelligence, I guess.
Okay. Meh.
Okay. Nope.
That's a bone, alright.
Ah,
Yeah, it appears to be some sort of large bone, but I mean, even with that roll, whatever animal it's from, it must be quite a large bone because this isn't no chicken bone. This is obviously from quite a large animal, and he seems to be engraving it. He's engraving like very fine patterns into the bone itself, to give it this kind of like inlaid pattern, completely covering it. And some of it seem to depict certain pictures and objects, and a lot of it is just like spirals and decorations. But you don't know what it is. You vaguely remember you've seen something like this before, but you've no idea what it is.
Okay. Well, going over and not being able to tell what it is, I'll kind of plonk down next to him and be like, "Oh, mate, it's some interesting patterns you going on there. What's going on?"
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, just doing my scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw, huh? Okay. What's has it got anything in particularly interesting about it? Or you just making a bit of art?
Well, I do it for fun, and then when we go to the shore, I sell them. You know.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty.
You wanna buy one?
Oh well, I appear to be all out of money at the moment, so I'll have to take a rain check on that one.
All right. Yeah. Of course, man. Okay. Did you want to try? Did you want to try?
Well, I wouldn't say no. Sure, I've carved a few things into certain places before. What's the difference?
Dicks on a pub table.
More like initials into someone's forehead.
Also fair. Much darker than where I went with that.
Because as well as being proficient with dice, I'm also proficient with mason's tools.
That's not too far off.
No. That's why I have a small chisel in my boot.
So yeah, he turns to him and he has like quite a large leather satchel beside him, and he opens it up and he takes out another piece of bone. It's not the same size as the one he's currently using. It's smaller and cylindrical in shape, and he gives it to you, and then he pulls out a small engraving tool and gives it to you, and says, "Just give it a go, man. This is how I learned. You just gotta start, and then you just get the hang of it, you know."
Oh, alright then. I'll give it a go. Can I use my mason's tools proficiency for this, or is it just?
Yeah, sure, I'll allow that.
Cool. I just so happen.
Because I said it's not too far off.
Let's see. 21.
Oh, very nice. And what are you going for?
So just to start off with, I'll do a kind of a square wave kind of pattern. So a line up, a line along, a line down, a line along, a line up, kind of just along the length, just to get the feel of it.
Angular.
Angular,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so just kind of
Okay.
gently tap it out and see how it works. Try and get the feel of it, so I don't split it accidentally, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean the material is slightly different to anything you would have used before, but the technique is basically the same, and you find yourself basically being able to do what you've envisioned, which is nothing too complicated. So yeah, I mean, fairly successful as far as you're concerned. And at one point, you do notice he's kind of looking over your shoulder. He's like, "Oh, that's actually pretty good, man. It's better than when I first started to do it."
Oh, well, very kind of you to say. Yeah, I quite, it's quite cathartic, I would say. Just tapping away, making a little pattern. Very nice. I can see why you do it.
Yeah. It passes the time because like we're on the sea most of the time, and you got to do something with the time on the sea, right?
Yeah. No, I understand. Do you mind if I keep hold of this?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's yours now, man. You finish it off.
Oh, I will. Thank you very much. Right, so DM, how long will it take me to make this into a shiv?
I knew it! I knew that was where it was going!
Oh, we all knew that was where it was going.
From a bone. Okay. Well, I said it was cylindrical in shape, right?
Mhm.
What I was envisioning was like a vertebrae of something like a walrus.
Oh, right. So not long. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you can't really do that. That's fine. I'll keep hold of
well,
it. I'll
you
make
could. I mean, if you filed it down into a sliver, you could theoretically make a sharp object with it. It's just not going to be particularly big.
Doesn't need to be.
Technical question, Troy. Do you need a shiv?
What, in real life?
You do have a chisel.
I mean,
No, I mean,
I
yeah,
do-
he's right.
I do have.
You have
Yeah,
a
no,
chisel.
I do.
I just mean, what is your main weapon?
My fists.
That's
However,
that's what I thought.
it is always fun that once you've got a person on the ground and they can't move anymore, to start carving bits off.
Oh yeah.
In game, obviously. I don't speak from experience.
Yeah,
So it is
disclaimer.
fine.
We're not dysfunctional fucks when it comes to real life. Just this.
Well, I mean, no. We're not murderous dysfunctional fucks.
Yes, that's a
Mostly.
distinction.
Mostly. That,
Yeah.
That anyone knows about anyway.
I have a location question, Sean.
Yeah.
When I was in the galley, were there any hatches or portholes to the outside?
Yeah, there was a window.
Okay, and how big was it? Was it? I mean, I will narrow that down. Is it person-sized?
Could you fit through it?
Yeah. Could I fit through it, or could I shove
mean,
someone through it?
I said it was like a porthole. It's fairly small. I mean,
Okay.
I think a small person. I don't think you would fit through it as like a average-sized male human.
Okay. Another theoretical question. What if somebody my size was cut up into pieces?
Well, yeah. I mean, God, it's about 30 centimeters wide. So
I've got a ruler here
It's
somewhere. Let me
around-
just.
It's a bit longer than a regular ruler.
30 centimeters. Let me have a look across my chest. Yeah, I could squeeze a torso
That's
through
like
the
a
window
foot.
if it's a slender one. Yeah.
if you cut the arms off at the shoulder, yeah, you might be able to squeeze
Yeah.
it through.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the good things about torsos is that bones do break. So if you need to break a rib cage in half, it might be a bit of work. But
I'm sure there's
go.
I'm sure there's a tenderizer in the galley somewhere as well. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I love
yeah.
these conversations.
We are going to get put on so many watch lists.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, we're recording
I'm not having a
ourselves.
panic attack
We're
at all.
incriminating ourselves
no.
and posting it.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't live on a boat, so this is all good.
DM Lanny would like to go down and stand, not over, but just kind of maybe 6 foot away from the two that are arm wrestling over the barrel.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. You're actually. Oh no, you are on the ship, right? You're on the ship screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just to backtrack for 1 second, Des, as you're standing up to leave, the character does ask you, "Oh, what was your name? What was your name, man?"
Ah, I do apologise. Very rude of me. My name is Des McCrae.
Oh, cool. And he gives his hand to you and gives you a wanting to shake your hand.
I will take his hand and give him a strong squeeze. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
His return handshake is very limp, but he just says, I'm Jack. I'm Jack. Everyone calls me Jack Scrimshaw because I like to do Scrimshaw."
Oh, that is absolutely hilarious, Jack. It's the funniest joke I've heard all day. So, I appreciate your spending some time with me and showing me how to do this little thing here. And I will bid you farewell for the moment, but I'm sure I will see you around.
Bye, man.
And I walk away.
So, just for clarity for all of you,
Yes.
as you've probably guessed by now, this is a very social affair aboard the ship, and I am keeping track of each player's social relationship with every other person on the ship.
Okay.
Jesus.
Interesting.
Okay. For my part, I would like to.
Hang on,
Yes.
if I may stop you there. I
Oh, yes.
think Richard wanted to do something first.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go down and stand by the two guys, the half orc and the guy with the tash that were wrestling, arm wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've got quite a large barrel, which is about chest height, and they're currently like arm wrestling. And are you getting quite fairly close to them? You're obviously
Yeah,
watching them. That's what I'm asking.
Let's say 4 foot away or so. Just
Okay.
kind of standing over, watching them, trying to judge them and just see their metal, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As the guy with the mustache kind of notices you watching, he kind of stops, and they break up their current match, and he asks you, "Hello, big guy. You want to come try, huh? You strong guy, huh? You want to try arm wrestle?"
Are you strong enough for me?
"I am very strong. I am champion from my country. Look," and he tenses his biceps and points at it as if you weren't sure what he was talking about.
Not much flesh on you.
"Then come try. Come. I want to know how strong you are. You're a big guy. I want to see if you're really so strong, eh? Come." And he puts his elbow down and gestures for you to join him on the barrel.
Lanny, opposite, or adjacent to him, does exactly the same. Copies the movement, reaches in for the arm wrestle.
Okay. So what we're going to do is contested strength checks.
Mm-hmm.
So just a
D20 with the strength modifier.
yep.
Okay.
So you put your elbow down and you put your hand in his and you take your grip, and then before you even know what's happening, he's already started pushing, and he's caught you slightly off guard, and your arm is now already back at a 45-degree angle.
Come on.
Lanny
It's not
just
over yet.
turns, stares him in the eyes and says, "You don't play fair."
Can I have a second roll, please?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man.
Oh, dude. No.
You are not having fun.
And with that, he leans in, puts his shoulder into it, and actually puts your arm all the way down. No, I'm not fair. You're a big guy. You big guy. Why I want to fight fair with you, huh?
I suppose I'll get you next time.
We can't go again right now, eh? But maybe we'll make a little interesting, eh?
I've nothing to bet for, but
What do you mean nothing bet for? You bet for money.
yeah, what money?
You got no money. Oh god, he got no money, and he turns to the half-orc and kind of rolls his eyes. Well, maybe you come back when you have money, huh?
We'll see. We'll see. All I remember being here, what seems like weeks now, and I've just been apparently in the bottom of this ship. But
What? No, you came here. You came here last night.
not from what I remember.
Well, up to you, man. During this whole interaction, the half-orc has said nothing. All he's done is scowl and occasionally grunt, but has not said a word.
Social fellow.
Yeah, Lanny just doesn't skulk, but just kind of keeps his eyes on both of them and just steps away, turns, and then just heads up to the top of the ship, kind of where I've got the character now. And I'll do something in turn. Let someone else do something. There's something else.
As you walk away, you hear him turn to the half-orc and say, "He not strong. He big arms, but nothing inside."
Baiting. So
if I may.
Hang on, I think Daniel's. Can,
sorry.
Daniel's.
yeah. I was gonna. Firstly, actually, because I haven't said this yet, I am going to apologise to the people watching for my quiet demeanour. My wife and I have a new child in the house, and that child sleeps directly above where I play D&D. So, yeah, I can't play my character as loudly as I would like. So, when I'm exclaiming things or doing like a stage whisper, please just imagine in your heads that I'm shouting.
To be honest, I quite like Devvie's kind of quiet. You know, it's almost sinister.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
Okay. Well, I'll
I
try.
thought it was deliberate. I was enjoying it.
Okay. I'll carry on that way then.
Just cut the laugh out. It's fine.
His character has now slightly changed from what I wrote, so that's fine. But yeah, so Devvie actually walks up to the bow of the ship where Lani is. Kind of like saunters up next to him and says, "Hello there, my big friend. I don't think we've formally introduced to each other. I'm Devvie McCrae. Nice to meet you."
Hello to you. I mean, I'm Lanny, but my full name, Laniakea, Rameka, Waapu. But everybody just calls me Lanny.
Well, I'll keep it at that if that's all right with you. Just wondering, you seem to have been unfairly coerced into this little jaunt as much as we have. How long have you been here?
I don't know quite for sure. Days, weeks, I don't know, but it's been a fair while. I've brief consciousness, but yeah, could have been days or weeks.
Oh, if you don't mind my saying so, that seems more than a little bit unfair.
Yeah, I mean, that guy with the arm wrestling, normally, boom, I would have had him straight away.
But you've been drugged up, son.
I feel terrible.
So, you look like a bloke who can handle himself, normally, obviously, without the old you know, drugging and all that. If something were to happen, say a mutiny, although I would call it fair dues given how we came here, would you be up for joining that mutiny?
I mean, yes. I need to get away from this ship. There are things I need to do.
Right you are, son, and keep your eyes peeled and your ears open, and maybe we can sort something out between us. But
The other guy that looks like you, your brothers?
yes, my twin brother Des. He's a bit of a dim sort, but you know, he's got his uses, and you know, he's family. Obviously he's in on it. Keep it to yourself for now, and we'll hopefully we'll get us a little gang running.
Okay. We should be quiet. Never know where ears are, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, I assumed your talks of mutiny was fairly.
Oh yeah, we're like out of the way of
Subdued.
people, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
with the rush of the sea below the bow to mute our conversation.
Yep.
So I've got a little bit of a mental black book going, and there's definitely two names that I've got in there at the moment. I think probably just give the captain a wide berth for the moment. But if we can start picking off some of his little brown noses, I think that might help our efforts somewhat. So get ready. I'll give you a heads up in plenty of time. But I think there's shenanigans to happen.
Okay.
Lovely job. Enjoy the view. We'll talk later. And I shuffle off back towards my brother.
Mm-hmm. Torrin, you wanted to do something?
Yeah. After I've been whipped, I would have taken my shirt off to be whipped, so that it's now not cut up in rags. So I'm just now standing, letting the wounds breathe in the salt air, and I am. If I move my character, I'm just sort of here. Looking over the edge, just letting the sea air go on my go on the wounds on my back now. Is anyone near me if I'm over this end?
Sorry, I didn't see where you moved your.
I'm
your
top
token.
right.
Are you there? Yeah, I mean, there's people all around. Up on the poop deck where the officers are. There's no crew, as you would have worked out by now. That's out of bounds for deck swabs.
Yeah.
And riggers. But for the rest of the deck, they're all just kind of randomly spread out. As I said, some have already gone below. So, but if you wanted to pick a spot where you're kind of on your own, then that's fine.
I'm just sort of. I'm listening. I'm listening for any fragments of conversation that I may hear. Of what people are talking about, any names that are being said, general useful information gleaning. But I'm also looking out for Devvie, and seeing where he is, because I would grab him later. I wouldn't immediately go to him after the whipping. I would wait a while and then talk to him.
Okay.
Right.
In that case, while you're stood there looking out over the ocean, you hear behind you, and assuming you turn around to see, before you stands the young girl with the pirate costume. And she
Right.
says, "Come with me. I have something for you."
Okay. I'll sort of look quizzically, but pull on my shirt and follow her.
Okay. She, as you're all now free to do, she leads you down to the down one floor through the through the main hold, and
Yep.
down another set of steps. If you carry on down the map, you'll then see the deck below the main hold, and here is a slightly smaller area than the one above, but it's completely covered with hammocks everywhere. And
This one.
it's pretty obviously. Yep.
Yeah.
Can I ping here? Yeah, there's hammocks on the map. This is fairly obviously the place where all of the crew sleep, except for most of the officers and the captain, of course. And she leads you down to the far end. And she says, "These hammocks are free. These are for us." And she kneels down, and you see these small masts, not masts, these beams, pillars. At the foot of these, there are little store boxes, like little lockers, little wooden lockers.
Yeah.
And she
Hey,
bends down to one.
You're on which deck? Sorry.
I'm below the main hold, so it's the
very bottom
one with all
picture.
the one with all the hammocks on.
So the very bottom map
Full size shit. Yeah.
where I'm.
Can you see it?
I
Yep.
think if you there's a shortcut you can press on to drag the attention to that place. I think it's like Alt and non-click or something. Could be wrong. You carry on. I'll see if I
I
can
do
find
no, I do remember that actually. So yeah, she leads you down to this end.
I don't see you pinging.
You don't?
No,
Is
You
it 'cause
zoomed
I'm
out
on the wrong
enough?
layer?
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
now
you-
I see you pinging.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, she says she shows you some of the hammocks, and she said that some of these are free, and also you see that some of the lockers down at this end still actually have keys stuck in them, whereas the rest have no keys. There are a
Yeah.
number of boxes at this end with keys in them, but she bends down to one which doesn't have a key and puts in her own and opens it up. And as she's doing so, she says, "I think one of these is for you, where you can store your things safely." And with that, she opens up the box and pulls out a book. And she says, "Is this yours?"
Is that my book?
And you see, it is your book.
Oh, that's my book. Yes. How did you get it?
Well, I went to the quartermaster because I suspected that's where our things were, and I started speaking to her, and it became very clear that she's fairly superstitious after I mentioned that I was a cleric of Basmara, and I said that I needed my holy symbols, and that it would be, well, very bad luck and would anger Basmara if they weren't given back to me. She seemed genuinely unnerved by this, and it just immediately gave it back to me with no question. And then I saw this book, and I see that the symbol matched that on your necklace, so I assumed it might be yours, so I just thought I may as well get as much as I could, and I said that belonged to me as well, so she just gave it to me.
Thank you. That's amazing. What's your name?
Sandara.
Sandara.
I do have one more thing for you. If
Yes.
you turn around,
I will turn around.
and you feel warmth on your back. and pain starts to recede, and you're healed 10 points.
Nice.
That's a lot of healing.
I went in a pretty different direction then. Inflict wounds.
That would have sucked.
Like piano wire around the neck.
Fucking hell.
No, you feel your wounds being healed.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Well, I didn't have to, but I mean, I don't know. I just saw you on the ship and another young girl myself, and I just thought, well, if I help you out, then you can help me, and I'll watch your back, and you can watch mine. I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I-
of course. My name's Torrin.
Hello, Torrin. She puts her hand out.
I'll take it. The handshake is soft, very very weak.
Oh no.
Purposefully so.
Ugh. I shook hands
Damn
with
handshake.
someone once whose hand basically melted when I squeezed it. It's just the worst. Yeah, disclaimer: anyone who's listening, don't give a weak handshake. It's horrible.
No, it is awful. There's a point to it. Don't worry, there's a point to
Okay.
it. Um,
I was going to say you truly are evil.
I mean, I am a bit of a cunt, yes, but there will be reasonings for it. I'll sort of say thank you, and where have they put you to work?
I'm on the deck with you. They had me carrying ropes today, but I'm on deck.
Okay, so we're close to each other.
Yes,
We
exactly.
can watch out for each other. And did you see the twins upstairs?
The two new guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes, I did.
they're a couple of nice guys. A little rough on the edges, but they'll if you say that you're helping me out and that I'm helping you out, then they'll look after you too.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I mean, you can tell them if they need help. I mean, I can offer a little bit of healing and a few other things. If I'm happy to make friends here. Yeah.
Where did they pick you up? How did you get here?
Oh, I was in a bar and I was just having a drink and some fun, and I don't remember much after that.
As soon as she says she was in a bar, it's just a nod of knowing. It's like, yep, you got hit the same way as us.
Yeah, I mean, I did travel to Port Peril. I did actually intend to join a ship as crew, but this isn't exactly how I pictured
Not
it.
quite the way you had intended.
No, but I guess I'll try and make the best of it now.
I was
Oh, well.
I wasn't off a ship too long.
Oh, you've been on a ship before? You've been part of a crew?
not part of a crew. Just traveling. I traveled.
Oh, I see.
I travelled and got off at Port Peril, and well, a couple months later, it appears I'm back on a ship. Not the way I'd intended either.
Yeah, well, as I said, let's just try and make the best of it for the moment.
Yeah. I appreciate this. Thank you. And I'll sort of tap the book and give her a little smile.
She nods. And if you say no more, she will make her way back upstairs.
Are we alone? Were we alone downstairs when all that was happening?
There is one guy laying in a hammock, but he appears to be sleeping.
Okay. So which hammocks are free on this bottom deck?
Basically, the ones at your end.
Yeah.
As I said, you see a number of these wooden lockers with keys in them.
Yeah.
Like they're like small little wooden chests, and if you open them up, they're empty. But there is a key in some of them.
I will. And this guy that's in a bunk somewhere,
Yeah,
asleep
he's over here.
up there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll sort of move down to this corner, find a box, and I'm gonna sit on it for now, and just read my book for a couple of minutes. And while I do that, I'm gonna just shut my eyes and click my fingers. And a little bat is gonna poof into existence. For those listening, this is Zima. She is a little bat familiar. She is most certainly a non-combatant. She will mostly live inside my coat, protected from all harm. Just as she's here. She's my little pet. She's a lovely little fruit bat.
Cute.
I've sent you a picture of
Just-
her, haven't I, Sean?
Yep.
Yeah.
But just for anyone listening, it just looks like a regular bat, regular color.
Yeah, it's a regular fruit
Anything
bat.
unusual?
Regular fruit. Let me find the picture. Where are you, Zima?
Mm.
There you are. She is regular little fruit bat.
Okay.
Really cute, nice and simple. But instead of the eyes being brown, they are jet black.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
And
just
you've
a little subtle difference from a standard
Okay.
fruit bat.
And you have currently hidden her in the recesses of your jacket?
Yes, she is poofed in, and she's gonna nestle hanging upside down in the on the inside of my coat, and I'll head back up to the deck.
Okay. Lovely. So, the rest of you on deck, is there anything else you'd like to do before night draws?
I'd like to go make some dice,
Okay.
please. And also, look up, if you hold shift on the keyboard and do a ping, you should be able to drag everyone's attention. There you go.
Okay.
That might come in handy.
So, as I said, the man on the picture with the red hair is the one playing dice. He has been playing with the gnome guy with the purple suit, but he has just left, leaving a free space. So I guess you want to approach him?
I would like to.
Okay. As you get closer and have a little, take a closer look at him, he seems to be either a half elf or an elf. His ears certainly look a little pointy, and his features are very like thin, sort of angular elfish type features.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll plonk myself down. across from him. Nod and say,
Well, hello there.
ah, right, mate. Name's Des. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
You can just call me Tally.
Tally, eh? Right. Well, nice game of dice you got going here. It's any particular rules?
Well, I like to play poker dice. Have you ever played before?
Actually, I do believe I have.
What sort of stakes would you like to play, huh?
Well, sadly, don't have any money on me at the moment. But
His,
how about we?
his face drops momentarily, but like within half a second he smiles in. Well, no worries. We can have a couple of friendly rounds.
Well, I was about to say, if you wanted to maybe put a little bit of coinage my way, I might wager you a favour.
A favour? Now you have perked my interest. What exactly were you thinking?
It depends what you are after and what can be done on this ship. Now I am in, apparently, quite a good position where I am up in the crow's nest. So if you wanted, say, someone kept an eye on, or wanted to have the movements of a certain person reported on, or maybe just I could pick up some work for you, or something along those lines. It's entirely up to you. That's what a favour entails. Obviously, let's not go nuts. I'm not going to go killing anyone for you just yet. So, you know, it's a favour, not a blood contract or anything.
And a favour in hand? I mean, I can't think of anything right at this second. But knowing that I could approach you if I ever need something, that's might be worth 1 or 2 silver pieces to me.
Sounds about right to me.
Okay, how about we have a little warm-up game?
Absolutely.
Just so we know what we're doing.
Okay, so how are we going to do this?
So, how we would normally play this is you roll 5d6.
Mhm.
And what you're trying to do is get poker hands.
Get suits,
So
yeah.
a pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, a straight, or a full house, or a 4 of a kind. And you're allowed to roll. You roll once, and then if you were playing with money, you would you have to pay a silver coin to re-roll, and you both roll a second time with the dice that you choose to re-roll, and then a third time.
Right.
And after which the best hand wins the pot, basically.
Okay.
But as it's no money, it will just be that we get to do it. You get to roll 3 times.
Yeah.
So he says, I'll show you how it's done. So he rolls his 5d6. Oh. Oh, terribly lucky of me. So he's already got 3 6s. So in that case, he would leave those 3 6s lying,
Yep, and then roll the other 2.
while the other 2... No, it's a 4 and a 2.
Sorry, I saw the 6 and yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine, yeah.
So he'd take those 2 again and re-roll. But he's got another 6. So oh, 4 of a kind. How unusually lucky of me.
Yeah.
So, your turn.
Lucky. Right, so if I wanted to play the straight, obviously I'd roll 5d6.
Yeah.
If I wanted
Yeah.
to attempt some subterfuge, shall we say?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
would
I
how would you do that?
I would let you basically re-roll,
Mhm.
like a re-roll of the re-roll, and I'd let you roll an additional time basically, but you'd
Right.
have to make a sleight of hand check
Yep.
to do it without like
Being noticed.
him noticing.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well then, let's see if old Lady Luck is shining on me, shall we? Oh well, 2 pair. Not a bad start. I think I'll be keeping those, and let's see how the other one goes. No, that's 2 of them. Whoops.
Yeah, just roll 1, please.
Yeah, well, not shining so well so far. Let's have a last one.
Oh my.
Oh well, if memory serves, 2 pair does not beat a 4 of a kind. Is that right?
I'm afraid it does not. But that was just for fun. Don't worry about it.
I
If
must
you
say, I'm
like,
having
we
a
could
lot of
now
fun.
if you like, we could now play a more serious round.
Absolutely. Yes. Please
He
proceed.
reaches into his pocket and he pulls out 3 pieces of silver and says, I will gladly wager these 3 pieces against your favor in hand, as you say.
Hmm.
Will I
Winner
have got
takes
back
all?
up on deck at this point? Or do you think I'd
I
still be
don't
below?
see- I don't see why not. I mean, this is going. There are like a couple of hours in the evening before nightfall, so
Yeah. I would wander up and I would be watching this. Intrigued by the prospect.
So just to make this clear, if he wins, you owe him a favor, but if you win, you take his silver.
Yes.
Okay. So normally you would do this simultaneously, but I think I'll just do it.
Yeah.
I'll roll my whole hand and then you. Okay.
Yep.
So he gives you a wink, and he has like a small like leather cup which he uses to shake the dice. Slams them on the table. He's like, just before he starts, he says, "Good luck to you." And he shakes the dice. So he has a pair. So he will re-roll 3 dice. Which doesn't help him, and he will re-roll them again. 2 paired, it would seem. Not a great hand, I must say. Perhaps you can do better.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we? So, I'll hold my hand out for the cup from him.
He gladly gives it to you.
Okay. Just getting rid of one theory there. Okay. Everything's suspicious. Okay, so. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I can't rig roll 20 rolls, so
Oh, you
Yeah.
say
everything
that.
up till now has been.
All right. So first roll. 1 pair. 1, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, I'll keep the 2 ones. Roll the other 3. You're behind. And roll the last 2. So this Treachery does not beat 2 pairs with that roll, does it?
Well, actually, it does.
No, it does.
Yeah, 3 of a kind beats 2 pair.
In that case, I will stick.
He almost mockingly claps his hands a little bit, but seems to be generally smiling. He's like, "Oh, well done, very well played. Your prize," and without argument, he picks up the 3 pieces of silver and gives them to you.
Oh, well, it's nice to see someone knows the way of things around here. That when you lose gracefully. I appreciate that.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. Perhaps we can play again another time.
Absolutely, but I know when I should be quitting when I'm ahead, and these 3 silver might come in handy. So, Tally, it has been an absolute pleasure meeting you, and I'm sure I'll see you around.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Ah, my name is Des McCrae.
Lovely, Des. As I said, anytime.
I shall get up and I shall walk away and go and find my brother wherever he is.
I've been watching you.
Oh, okay.
I'm always nearby.
I will stand up and see you and give you the head nod to the stern. I want to say the front of the boat.
The front is
The
the
stern is the
Yeah.
stern is the back.
yeah.
Bow is,
All right.
Bow is
no,
the
bow
front.
is the front.
Fine. The front bit, the pointy bit.
The pointy bit that goes forwards.
Yeah. Just nod my way, nod my head over there and start making my way over.
Alrighty. Yeah. As he is walking away, I'll look around. Is Torrin in my field of view?
Yeah, she as she said, she was also witnessing the game, so
Okay.
I
she
was, I
will
was
be in
fairly close
eyesight.
to the game.
Okay. I'll try and catch your eye, Torrin, and I also do a subtle kind of like head gesture towards the front of the boat, and walk off after my brother.
I would do a slight nod and follow a couple of moments later up the opposite stairs that you took.
Find a nice place away from other people where there's a bit of sea noise. And as Torrin comes up to kind of like near us, I'll just give her a very kind of a concerned look and say, "You were right from earlier."
Yeah, I'm used to that sort of treatment, but I appreciate the concern. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry about it, love. I tried to misdirect, but obviously the captain wasn't having none of it.
You did well. I honestly didn't expect you to put your neck out like that. So thank you.
You'd introduced yourself previously, a bit more than anyone else had done. So I think that we should probably be looking out for each other if it's all possible.
plus,
Well,
if you excuse the pun, we're all kind of in the same boat, as it
Oh,
were.
do be quiet, brother.
Well, I thought it was good.
Good's a matter of opinion, but we'll let that one slide.
So is
Little smile.
Lanny still down here? Is Lanny still at the point?
Yeah, he's just kind of looking over the bow of the ship.
So we kind of when I walked over, I would have positioned myself reasonably close to him. And then after we've had a little conversation, I look over and say, "Oi, you big bastard! You doing over by yourself?"
Just said to your brother, I don't feel great.
Yeah, well, I don't think any of us are feeling great right now. We've been fucking press ganged. But I saw you earlier. I saw you catch that gnome who fell in mysterious circumstances. But you look pretty handy. You fancy being on call, shall we say, in case anything goes down on the ship? Little touch of mutiny, maybe? Yeah, I've always fancied owning a ship of my own.
Oh, he's on board, bruv.
Ah, you already been. I should have known.
Turn to Torrin, I just go, I assume you're of the same mind? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but...
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having a little way with some of the establishment on this ship.
I'm thinking
I'm
exactly the same thing.
I'm in.
Well, there's a coat that I want to get back from that bald wanker.
And there's a set of gold teeth that I've got my eye on. And I'll be spinning my chisel in my hands when I say this.
So,
That Mr. Plug.
yeah.
He's mine.
Now,
Granted.
if we're going to do this, we've got to be smart, because I've got a funny feeling they've got a few tricks of their own up their sleeves.
Yeah, well.
And if I'm not mistaken, you folks don't have any weapons, and they do.
Some of us don't need weapons, love.
Well, I wouldn't say that. There's a reason I managed to get galley duty. Oh, those lovely knives.
Got some smart boys here.
I might have something.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And I just kind of lift just like a piece of material and just pull out, just clench my fists around two handles, just pull them gently out, and you can just see two punching daggers that he's got concealed within his waistband.
Fucking hell. Oh, you dark horse, Lanny.
Do you know what?
Are they
I had a feeling for a moment there we were in for a different kind of treat, but you know, that'll do.
I think we've all got a few tricks, and I'll hold my hand out, and the more perceptive of you guys will see sparks just jump from one finger to the other, just briefly.
Ah.
So we've got some brains, we've got some brawn, we've got some magic, and we've got my magnificent looks. So I think we're all set.
I'm gonna give him a very blatant look up and down at this point. How attractive is your character?
Oh, not particularly. Currently, sporting a black eye and cauliflower ear.
Yeah, a lovely set of cauliflower ears going on there.
Yeah, multiply broken and badly set nose. Although I do have my charisma is 14 though, so you know.
That's higher than mine. I'm supposed to be the
same
dashing
as mine.
one. And I'll just kind of like look at everyone and I'll say, I mean, 4 people does not a mutiny make though. Has anybody found any other friends, possibly?
Well, I don't know about friends, but over there, and I'll nod towards Jack Scrimshaw. Said, mate boy over there. He seems a little bit, shall we say, laid back,
Right.
but he seems nice enough. And old Tally, I haven't got a beat with him yet. He seems personable enough, but then again, he might be personable to everyone. Might do with a little bit of getting to know a bit more.
Yeah.
There's one for me. I don't know whether she's got a head for mutiny, but she's a good girl. She helped me with my back earlier.
Oh, right.
Sandara, pirate costume. Looks like one of them, but doesn't quite fit.
Oh, what
Oh.
The costume lass.
Yeah.
Right.
She's a cleric.
Ah, that's interesting.
She got her holy symbol from the quartermaster. She said about the quartermaster holding all of our belongings.
Is there any trick to getting
Quartermaster.
those back?
Well, the quartermaster's very superstitious. As soon as she mentioned that the gods might be angry if she didn't have her holy symbol, quartermaster gave him up. And she saw my necklace, and while she was in there, she saw a book with the same markings. So she might have grabbed that one for me. And I can tell you that helps me out a lot.
Well,
The fact that she switched on enough to do something like that says that she's got a bit of a good head on her shoulders, despite her way that she fucking dresses.
She got caught same way as us. Went to a pub and woke up here.
right, so she's got a motive as well. This is good. That also means there might be a way out of having to rely on rusty old cook's knives as well. I can get some of
Maybe.
my gear back.
Lanny, you've got your equipment, shall we say?
Not all of it, no.
But you've got some way of fighting if we needed to.
Yes.
Obviously not planning on it anytime soon, but something we all need to be aware of. I think making some friends and sussing out some things might be a good idea. You all saw what happened earlier, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, both of them. The kill all in and your punishment, shall we say?
Did you notice something in the punishment?
Which bit?
Mr. Plug has a tell.
Does he really?
Pride and anger. Easy for two of your
Oh, we
your
don't.
persuasion to manipulate.
Oh, if there's something that Des and I know how to do, it's make people angry.
Oh yes.
He's impulsive, makes mistakes. I've
Right.
taken a beating before, and he didn't like that. So,
It's a control issue, isn't it?
yep, take that away from him, and he's ours.
Not a great deal left, is there?
Oh, I'm gonna
But-
have some fun with that.
I'm sure you will. I just have one thing. When
Yeah.
we get to it, I want to be the one to kill him.
I haven't got a problem with that.
No, I ain't got a problem with that. I mean, you know, he's got my coat, but your motive is stronger. I should say.
Oh, you can beat him to a pulp and take your coat back. I just want to cook him.
Well, that
Wow.
sounds dandy. Goody gumdrops.
We could be out for a while, you know. Doesn't necessarily mean that if we are going to be having our fun, it doesn't have to be over too quickly, does it?
What a soul.
No.
Lanny, you're awfully quiet.
Right.
You,
I always tend to be quiet. I like to explore, and where I'm from, they're quiet. We move around. We stay silent as much as we can. And like I said just now, I still don't feel great. Maybe a good sleep will help.
Well, that
Maybe we
actually
can
brings-
get our new friend, the cleric, to have a look at you.
It does bring up an interesting question, though, Lanny. You, if I'm not mistaken, have the bearing of a Goliath, but not the colouring. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from a clan. We are actually more island-born than your classic you are talking of, that are mountain-born. But there was an island called Bogabunda, which is where I'm from. From where we are now, I don't know certainly which direction. But yeah, my clan is there. And ultimately, I need to find my way back to them. But there are a few things I must do first.
Well, that is absolutely fascinating, Lanny. Where were you when you were picked, before you were picked up?
The last thing I remember, setting out on a small boat. I was out of money. I was out of resources. And I remember just drifting off in the midday sun. And then the next time I awoke was in darkness, chains, with this heavy head.
That is quite interesting, because that is a bit different to our circumstance, where we were assumedly drugged in our drink. You, however, first sleep in a boat and woke up down there. That might suggest that they've got some sort of magic user on board.
Oh, don't doubt it, bruv.
That makes our job a little more difficult.
I doubt there are very many ships that go out without some kind of arcane user on board these days.
Very true, very true. But it might be worth our time to see if we can identify their pet mage or other, and then when the eventual mutiny does come, we might be able to target them first.
Yeah, sounds good.
I've got a way that I could maybe neutralize them a little bit. You might have caught on that one, Des.
Well, your little stunt with a gnome.
Something like that. Good catch, by the way, Lanny.
I think he would have been smushed if we'd have hit the ground. I thought it best to catch him.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, that was part of the intention, but maybe your friendship could lead to something.
Yeah, but maybe
You saved him, so maybe he'll do you a favor.
I'll grab him at some point and talk to him. But I thought maybe best not to start this way.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was being quite smart, but I didn't count on you two being able to understand me.
No, we are full of surprises.
I'm sure you are.
Right. So, DM
think-
is. Sorry, Carol.
I think I might need to go to bed soon, though. Because as much as I'm used to a beating, still fucking hurts.
Yeah, the past 24 hours have been a bit of a ride.
You can say that again.
Do you reckon we get to sleep without manacles on?
No. They've let us wander around up here without any manacles, so would suggest to me that we might have free roam. I guess they assume that we are cowed enough, maybe? Or the fact that we don't have any other option to go anywhere.
True that.
Well, I don't exactly see any option other than wet.
Well,
We are a little stranded on this ship, aren't we?
You might say we were adrift.
yes,
So,
Russ.
not the only one who can make bad jokes. Now, brother of mine, in your elevated station in the kitchens, I don't suppose you've come across any kind of anything I might better make a bit of a spirit out of? Maybe some cereal and some yeast.
I can have a dig around, see what I can find. They've got this horrible grog that seems like it might be quite flammable.
Well, I wasn't thinking of flammable.
Oh, alright.
I'm thinking of possibly some sort of a special brew. Not actual special brew, I like to say, actually, just in case we get copyrighted for that. No, might be able to put something together. Might give us a bit of an edge if it comes down to it.
Give me a list of ingredients, bruv. I'll see what I can do.
Well, no, we ain't doing nothing unless you can find me some cereal and some yeast. So that's a good start.
I will get on it.
Thank you very much.
Devvie, did you say about some grog or something?
Yeah.
Maybe once we've had a scout around the ship, we've got to know a few people. I might have a way of weakening some of these guys. Certainly, maybe a little bit of just glances round either side. Poison.
Ah. Yes, the old classic. Alright, so I'll get a bottle for you. Just make sure you store it somewhere where you know the poison one is, so that we don't go accidentally drinking the bloody stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah.
To be honest, in my expert opinion, having had a quick look at that stuff, I think you're going to get poisoned if you drink it anyway.
I had a few earlier on. It'll knock you out quite quickly. That stuff. Don't taste so much, but it does the job.
Well, some of us have standards, bruv.
True, bruv. True. With that, I nod to everyone and I head off to below decks. I am gonna go to the galley and see and start snooping around for the ingredients that these guys want.
I'm going to bed.
So as people start to file away, I'm going to hang around for a little bit and see if there's anyone kind of left over by themselves up here on the deck, DM.
Are you looking for anyone specifically?
I'm just looking to see who might be, more of a night owl, might be just hanging out by themselves, may have been a bit lonely this evening, a bit more of a lone wolf.
The one that sticks out the most to you as being a lone wolf would have been the other new guy with the blue bandana.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably one of the few people that seems to have had zero social contact with anybody.
All right. Well, as the deck starts to thin out a little bit, I will saunter over and basically just walk straight up and like, right then, mate. See that you're a newbie as well, as it were.
Yeah. What about it?
I just thought I'd introduce myself as a fellow recent acquisition of this boat. My name's Des McCrae.
Is it? Good for you.
All right then. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Why?
I'm just making some conversation, my friend. You are obviously in the same situation as me and my brother, and I feel it's best to make.
Well, I don't know about that. The way I see it, you were press ganged into this, whereas I chose my place here.
Oh, I see. Well, that is very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I can see that you are busy, staring off into the distance, so I will leave you to it.
Yeah, you do that. And he gives you an odd look. It's like he doesn't blink enough. It's not maybe it's not something that you like consciously like realize, but just the fact that do you know what I mean? It's just slightly unnerving, and you're not quite sure why. But you leave him with this sense of there's just, I mean, aside from his unusual conversation skills, it's something just a little bit off.
Okay. He bears.
So with that, dusk approaches, and if anybody is left on deck at that point, Master Scourge would come out and ask all the little kiddies to go to bed because it's bedtime. And you would all find yourselves below deck. So as I said before, the hammocks down at this end are as of yet unused, as are a number of the lockers. So you now have a place to store your things safely if you wish to do so.
Yeah. I don't really have any things at the moment. I'm going to keep the knife on my person for now.
Okay. While this is going on, Lani, the little gnome guy, approaches you, and he kind of like pokes you on the back of your thigh, because that's like the highest point you can reach, I guess.
Lani turns round, just looks straight ahead of him, doesn't look down. Hello?
And he pokes you in the knee this time.
Oh, hello.
And he gestures for you to maybe bend down, come a little closer.
Lani kneels down onto one knee, just so he comes a little bit closer to him.
Hello there. I just wanted to say thank you that you saved my life today. Yes, I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, that's quite all right. I thought you would have been a bit smushed if you'd hit the deck.
Yes, I didn't like my chances much either. So as I said, I'm very grateful. And he looks left and right to make sure nobody's looking. And said, I know this isn't much, but I just wanted to show my gratitude. And he puts out his hand which seems tiny in comparison to yours. But he puts into your palm 3 silver pieces.
Okay. That's it. Oh, thank you
as-
very much.
As I said, it's not much, but I think perhaps if you could continue with just keeping an eye out for me in case I get into trouble, I expect I can give you some more.
I mean, oh, yeah, okay. I mean, my name's Lanny. What is your name?
Oh, sorry, I haven't formally introduced myself. My name is Concobar Shortstone. And he flourishes with his hand. And then he, you see that his hand goes up. It looks like he was about to take his hat off his head, but then he realizes that his hat is missing. And his demeanor slumps back down again. Yes, anyway, nice to meet you. Thank you very much once again.
Good to meet you.
And he tries to find the lowest hanging hammock he can find. So, all of the other parts, they store their stuff, get undressed, get into their hammocks. Any lanterns here, all one after the other, begin to be turned off.
At this point,
until one is remaining.
At this point, can Lanny try and find essentially like a bedroll or something to lay on the floor as opposed to in a hammock? Because I'm sure it probably won't hold his weight.
You can try, yeah.
What? Try and in the hammock, or try and find something to use as a pillow?
Yeah, if you want to give me a perception roll.
12.
Okay. Okay, you don't find a bedroll as such. As I said, this isn't a holding room, but there are some crates and some barrels in here. So there are a few things stored in here. And you do find a crate which is open, but it seems to contain some cloth. So it's not exactly a bedroll, but you can grab like a handful of
Yeah,
of
just for
cloth
now, I'll
sheets.
grab what I can just to make up a pillow for for
Mhm.
tonight.
Yeah.
And just kind of where he is there, just in this kind of area, he'll just lay himself down and use that as a pillow.
Okay. And if nobody else wants to do anything, I would say you all drift off to sleep.
Yep.
Or do I sense?
Just gonna. Does it really matter where we have our hammocks? Which ones we pick?
Yeah, go ahead. Go and choose one. Yeah.
But I'm gonna probably take this one here.
I found mine. I'm alright, Jack.
I will be next to my brother, just to keep him close by.
Yep. And you're there in the corner, Lani, are you? Okay,
Zima would
lovely.
be on a beam somewhere in the roof, in the darkness, out of sight.
Okay.
She wouldn't sleep in my pocket. I will say, in regards to my book, I will put it in a chest and then put
Mhm.
my key into my trousers.
Okay. So, you all find your hammocks, lay down, and await for sleep to take you. As I said, all but one of the lanterns has been turned off. And you're actually, despite the hostile situation you're in, this is actually quite relaxing. The soft swinging of the hammocks, and the rhythmic creaking of the wood is almost soothing, and sleep finds you well. The next thing you all are aware of is the chiming of a bell coming from the deck of the ship. And as soon as this starts to ring, pirates start jumping out of their hammocks and putting on their clothes.
Guess I'll do the same.
Yep, I would not have got undressed.
Yeah,
just
I-
jump up.
Yeah,
I
I
would-
mean, when
I
I
would
say
just grab
when I
my
say
coat.
undressed, I say like, yeah, they take off their boots, they take off their jackets. No one's got pajamas here. I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have no
It-
boots. I have
they'll
no
take-
jacket.
it's boots and jacket for me as well.
yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the norm here.
I am good
so,
to go.
You at one point you hear a sound unlocking, and you'd realize that you've probably been locked in overnight, actually. And pirates start to head up out of the door, up the steps, back up to the main hold, and you assume up onto deck. Who would like to head up first?
Yeah, on hearing it, Lanny's run full run straight up the stairs.
Okay. Can you give me an insight check, please?
$18.
Damn.
Nice.
Good. That's pretty good, actually. So, as you do this, as I said, most of the pirates are like quickly getting themselves ready and heading back up. But as you go to head up yourself, you notice there are a few who are just kind of lingering and aren't heading up with the rest of them. You see the two arm wrestling guys stood there. The only dwarf on the ship also seems to be loitering at the bottom of the steps. And over the other side there is a small dark-haired woman who also seems to be just kind of hanging around.
As Lanny gets to kind of essentially the bottom of the steps, he says, "The bell? Does it mean a call to action? Are we to fight? What does this mean?"
The bald guy with the mustache turns. He's like, "This is bell for go to deck for a day's work. First bell mean you get up, and you must be there before second bell."
And the gap between the two?
This is time for us to get ready and get up there. You better hurry.
Lanny's just in a bit of a bit confused as to what to do now, as in he hasn't been given a time between the first and the second bell, so he just kind of like stands there, almost waiting to see what other people do.
He looks at you again and says, "Hey, believe me, if you are not there in time, you get whipping just for being late."
So I'd be behind Lanny by this point, because I'd also be following him out. Can I do an insight check on this guy, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what to add to that.
Yeah.
For
So
an
I was trying to see if he was bullshitting, but obviously I
Yeah, I mean, this is your first proper day on the ship, and you have no idea how it works. So
Nope.
he might be telling the truth. He might be not. You have no way of knowing.
That's
that
annoying.
being the case, I'll be being stood behind Lanny, like, "Well, Lanny, I think we should possibly listen to the gentleman and make our way up. Just we don't want to be in trouble on our first day now, do we?"
Yeah, I would have
sorry.
rolled out of bed and got my boots, left Zima, in the darkness in the rafters.
Dev?
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, I haven't rushed, so everyone that's rushed ahead of me and is standing around, I'm just gonna like saunter past them and go board in and then head up the stairs.
The mustache guy passes you, actually walks past you and walks right up to you, Torrin. He's like, hey, why so hurry, huh?
The bell says we have to work.
Yes, that's right. You must go up, but I have to talk to you first. Something very important.
Okay. Or am I not gonna get in trouble and get whipped again if I'm down here?
No, it's okay. I have something to give you. Something from Mr. Plug.
My eyes are just gonna narrow. Like, what?
Here, he told me to give you this. And he raises his closed hand out in front of him, like he's going to give you something. But as it gets closer, he suddenly just swings for your head. Does a 16 hit?
Shield.
Huh?
Shield.
Okay,
It
that's
is a reaction spell.
Mm-hmm.
As he swings, I throw my arms up, and his fist glances off a incorporeal sort of black. It almost bounces off smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna say, what the fuck?
With that, can you all roll initiative, please? Sorry, if you wanted to say something.
Did we get a long rest through that as well?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. How does long rests work with your campaign?
So you get automatically added, basically, you get a hit point for your level plus your constitution modifier. So you're level 3, and what's your con modifier?
It's a +2, so I would get 3 points.
No, you get 3 for your level and 2 for your con. So you get 5 automatically.
Oh, yes. Sorry, we're level 3, not level 1.
Yeah.
I get 5 automatically. Heal.
Yeah.
And then...
Are you full?
No, I'm 1 below.
Then the other thing you would do is roll your 3 hit dice, but the minimum is 3. So technically, the minimum you get each night is 8 hit points. So you'd be back to full.
Wonderful. And usual things of a long rest mean that I get my spell slots back.
Of course.
Lovely. And I've used the first level as a shield. Shield lasts for a round, so it'll last for 6 seconds. And I need to roll my initiative. Holy shit! Bonk, is that you?
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah. Bloody barbarians. I mean, like he never went away.
Ooh.
So, Torrin. That actually means you're the first to act.
Yeah. So technically my reaction is on this turn, so I get my shield through till my next turn, which is nice. So at this point, what else do I see around here? What's going on that I can see? Have I seen that people have drawn weapons, or?
No, you don't see any weapons. And I mean, you can see the people that are on the map, but
do they look
the
like
guy who
they're
just
advancing
punched-
to fight, or no? Are they making any threatening movements?
Well, this is the first round in combat, so they wouldn't have actually done anything yet. So I
Okay,
think it
so
would be really hard to judge at this point.
that's fair. Okay, so my first thing would be throwing up my arm and blocking that hit, and I would shout to Des and Devvie as the two closest people to me, like, boys, help me out here! And then, as my right arm has gone up to shield, my left arm is going to go forward, and a couple of sparks fly between my fingers, and I'm going to palm strike this guy in the gut while casting Shocking Grasp.
Cool.
Okay.
So, does a 23 hit?
It does indeed.
5 lightning damage going straight through his gut.
Boom.
Damn.
One.
And I'm going to look at him and say, back off.
Okay. It has no other effect though, correct?
No, it's just damage.
Okay.
I believe. Let me just check that. Is he wearing armor? Made of metal?
No.
Then nothing else. If it's on a target that is wearing metal or made of metal, I have advantage on the attack. Oh, and it cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn. No reactions for that man.
Good to know.
New spells,
yeah,
things I need to learn. Oh, it's exciting.
So, I don't know if he would be perceptive enough or even know what you just did to him, but he certainly feels this shocking strike into his gut, and he. You see a little brief look of shock in his eyes. I think the fact that this little skinny girl has just caught him a good one is probably a little off-putting. With that, this one will take her turn.
Sorry, Sean, just
But
quickly, I
not-
don't have a turn counter on the order.
Oh, sorry. Add turn. There we go. What did you roll?
15.
Okay, so you are up. Devvie and Lani, what are your initiative bonuses?
+3.
Yeah, +3.
Both +3.
Yeah.
Well, you can both go at the same time then. So this one can't actually reach anybody, but she kind of moves like almost as if she's trying to, as if somebody would move like through shadows, like they're trying to hide. But she's walking through the middle of the floor where you can obviously see her, and yet still she has this kind of odd sort of sidestep, soft gait, with her arms held at her sides horizontally. It's a bit odd. Lani, it's your turn.
Okay, would I have seen the mustachio man take a swing for Torrin? I'm what, 15, 20 foot away?
Yeah,
You would
I'm
have
just
heard
thinking
me
what
shout,
direction.
though.
Give me a. Yeah, you would have heard the shout. Give me a perception roll to see if you even would have actually seen it or not. But even if you hadn't, you would have heard the I think you would have heard the audible woof. Okay, yeah, you saw that. Yeah, out
Which
of the
means
corner
he
of your eye.
also
even if-
saw me punch him in the gut as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
So I will turn from the stairs and I will run past. Is that Dev or Devvie? Is that Dev? Des.
Des.
Yeah, so I run past Des. As I pass him, I would like to rage.
Yes!
And as I get up next,
First range of the campaign.
to him, I would like to take just a full-on unarmed strike straight towards his face.
Okay.
24 hit.
Oh, fucking
Rickard, is that you?
Let me. Let me just check if that hits. Yes, it does hit, actually.
That will be 6 points of damage.
Bloody hell. Okay. So
No, I don't even have to roll for that.
So you just ran around. I guess you gave some sort of and over one of the hammocks.
Over the hammock, straight to his
Yeah.
face.
You punched him in the side of the head, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's received one in the stomach, and then one more to the side of the head, knocking him off balance. Devvie.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Was that your turn, Lenny?
Yeah, that would be the end of my turn.
Okay. Devvie.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of is my full movement, isn't it? Alright. So, yeah, the guy that raised his hand to my new friend, I'm gonna come up here, and so they're engaged, which means I have advantage on it for a sneak attack, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna use my knife.
Wait, are you a rogue?
Oh, I might be.
Oh no! Oh no!
The knife that I procured from the galley, does that class as a dagger?
Yep.
Good. Right. So I'm going to
Oh shit! This guy's fucked.
to hit. Oh, what was that? Oh, I just rolled everything all at once.
It does, because it's smart.
11.
Does that hit?
11 hit.
Oh, so 11 does hit. Sorry, I was expecting a second roll, but no, 11 does not hit.
Does not hit.
No, right not.
Let me just see something.
DM, while he's just doing that quickly, just because I'm still learning this character, that would have been an extra 4 points of damage because I was raging.
Okay.
So it would have been 10, not 6.
Okay.
We need to set you up with some macros, Rich.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the time to set them up for this one, but yeah, I will get them done.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I can do right now. Well, I've got things I can do, but there's no point in doing them right now. Yeah, no. That's me done.
Okay. So you tried to stab him but missed.
Yeah.
Can I just rub it in?
So it's this pirate's turn, who has seen you descend the stairs, pull out your knife, and try and stab this pirate. At which point he says, "Hey, what are you doing? He's only telling you to stabbing him, that you know."
Yeah, totally.
I think my Uncle Jim just turned up. What?
But he steps in, frantically shouting something. You can barely understand what he's saying. But he doesn't move into attack. Desi.
Right then. So, I hear there's a ruckus going on behind me. I see my brother run past. However, my interest is piqued by this lady here who seems to be ghosting across the floor. So I'm going to move up to meet her instead of dealing with what's behind me, because I'm sure Lanny and my brother can sort that out. It's not a problem. So I'm going to go up here and engage with her, and I'm going to say, "All right, love. I think there's a private party behind us. I don't think you're invited," and give her a punch in the face.
Love it.
It's a 13 hit.
13 does hit.
All right, so 4 bludgeoning damage, and this is going to get fun. I'm going to use a key point
Oh no.
to do flurry of blows,
Okay.
which is another 2 unarmed attacks as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 1 point. So 14 for the first one.
Hell, that's a lot of numbers.
Isn't
14 hits.
Yeah, 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and 19 as well, which obviously hits, and which is 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, it's good that it does all of that together.
That's because I wrote it that way.
You've macroed it. Wow. Yeah. That's good. I like that.
Nice.
And I'm going to, as I am a drunken master, I'm going to use drunken technique to disengage and
Oh.
fuck off over here. So basically, walk up to her, go, "Sorry, love, you're not invited." Pap, 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 and I'm away.
Awesome.
Okay.
There you go.
Well then.
As you approached her, it's hard to put into words what I'm picturing, but she's almost like she has this odd kind of left-right movement, almost like like snake-like almost.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But as you just pummeled her,
Phrasing.
this this graceful movement of her vanishes, and she crumples to the floor.
Oh.
Oh dear.
The half orc is now up, and he, seeing what's going on. Sorry, I've just realised the music stopped, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Why has that happened?
You didn't put it on loop.
I thought it would go from one song to the next.
Oh, it should do, yes. Unless, of course, you've messed up the order, or you've taken a song, or you've moved a file, in which case you'll break the loop.
That's quite
Is that the
surprising.
same one.
Oh.
Okay. So he is going to run across the deck to you, Devvie,
Alright.
and he is going to try and grapple you. So grapple, athletics, correct?
His athletics against either your athletics or acrobatics to escape it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh,
So-
goodness me.
So he comes up behind you and almost kind of like, almost like a bear hug, like over the tops of your shoulders, and tries to clasp his hands together.
Yeah,
at your
he
chest.
does it.
Okay.
Let me just see if there's a... Oh, give me a second. I'll just see if I've got anything that I can... Like,
Reaction of some sort.
yeah. Yeah, no, just attack of opportunity. Unless, is there anything else I can do? No. Yeah, no, he's got me.
Okay. He grabs you and you feel him squeeze. He's obviously a strong guy. And as he does so, you just hear him like just grunt into your ear, and you feel like the warm breath on the back of your neck. And also,
Let's
he
go.
has an odd
Oh
smell
dear.
to him.
Oh, you saucy devil, buy me a drink first.
Not a pleasant smell, I must add. Very musky, almost sour, musky
my.
smell.
Alright,
So at this point,
that's unpleasant.
the guy you just stabbed is actually going to, well, not stabbed. You tried to stab him,
Yeah.
and he did see this.
The intent was there.
He's going to disengage. I don't have to use full movement for disengage, do I?
No.
No.
Is he using the ability disengage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's an action, but I think
Yeah.
that will prompt a attack of opportunity from all three people.
Not if he uses an action to disengage.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm disengaging, but I don't necessarily have to use my full movement, do I?
No, you can use your action to disengage and then move whatever you like.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't do anything else that round.
Yes.
So as he does that, he actually raises his hands, empty hands, I must add, To you, Devvie, and he's like, "Hey, slow down, buddy. We are just here to, with no stabby fight, you know."
All right. You can let me go.
He kind of eyes the half-orc. He's like, "It's okay, Jib. You let him go. They all leave now, I think, eh?" And he glances to the rest of you.
You listen here, my pedigree chum. She took her punishment yesterday. There's no need for any more. If I see you raise a finger to her again, I'll fucking kill ya.
All right, my friend. Fair enough.
I'll turn around to the guy behind me, and I'll say, "Get your filthy mitts off me before I fucking cut your throat open, son."
He has released you. As the guy like gestured to him and said, like, he did give another grunt and kind of drop you back down onto your feet.
Is he still in front of me, blocking me from the stairs?
He's behind you. If you turn to leave, he will glare at you, but then step aside and let you pass.
I keep eye contact with him as I walk past him, and I go, "Wise move. Don't fuck with me again."
I would step to this guy. And I'm gonna hold an action of shocking grasp. In case he does anything, or if anyone else attacks me, I'm gonna grab him by the nuts and shock him. We'll see how he likes that.
Yeah, at that point, Lanny has stood up and he's next to Torrin, just again glaring him down.
I will also go up to him because he seems to be the ringleader, and I will.
I'm gonna say to him, "Now, what exactly did Mr. Plug say? And bear in mind that if you lie to us, we will break every bone in your pathetic body."
Make an intimidation check, please.
Ooh, we're good.
Do I get anything for the fact that I'm flanked by two large men?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
Yeah! Oh, a dirty 20!
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So he listens to your little speech, and then he looks right to Des and looks left to Lanny, looks back at you, and he nods a little bit. He just says, "Look, Mr. Plug just want me to... He didn't like you spit in his face, eh? He just want to give you a little bit back, but...
I don't like the
did not
fact that
come
he
here
had me
to-
whipped when I was doing my job."
Well, maybe you didn't do very good. Eh? When you do better job, then he can't do anything, eh? Anyway, I just want to give you a little slap around, you know? Friendly fight. We not try to kill each other here, eh?
Oh, friendly.
And how
fire,
did
I'll
that work
give you a
out
friendly
for you?
fire.
How are your ribs?
Well, they've seen better days, but I understand, okay? I thought you little soft girl, but now I know better, huh?
How's your face?
Also not great, but...
Your
look,
name.
What?
Name.
My name?
Yes,
Fedor.
your name, idiot.
Fedor.
And how am I spelling that one?
Fedor.
Fedor. And he is... human mustache man?
Yep. He says, "Look, we better get up on deck quickly because bell about to ring."
I'm gonna
Yes,
say,
we better get up there
as
then,
he says that, I
hadn't we?
go, Sorry, mate. I bet your balls must hurt.
My balls? Why?
Yeah,
I
I'm
did
gonna
not
try.
get
I'm gonna
balls.
kick it. I'm gonna kick him in the balls. Ah, and miss horribly. Oh, it would have been so good.
Oh, that's a shame.
You're just faking it. You
I'm
just
just
you
gonna
just
fake
fake kicking.
Yeah, I'll just like I'll lift my knee sharply at him and like make the motion for it.
Okay. He does flinch. As if you were gonna and jump
Yeah.
back. He
I'll tell you
probably
what,
would
mate.
have avoided it, but he's definitely shown his lack of metal.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, mate. As you seem to be such good friends with Mr. Plug, why don't you send a message back for us? How about if he wants to have a pop, he does it himself, alright? Mano a mano, not sending his lackeys after us, alright? If he wants to have a pop, we'll do it on the deck. Everyone can watch. It'll be a bit of entertainment.
Okay, I tell him. I tell him.
Good.
And if you come down here again, looking for a fight, this is what'll happen. Got it?
Okay,
Now fuck off.
got it.
No.
Please.
I didn't tell you to speak. I said fuck off.
Mhm. He's gesturing with his hand that he would maybe like to take the path which you're currently blocking.
I'm not fucking moving. He can fucking walk around.
Okay. Realizing
I'm
you're not going to move, he nods and makes his way around.
Get schooled by the 5 foot something girl. How fucking tall am I? I'm 5'7" and I'm 100 pounds. Fuck off.
And
I'm a feisty little bitch.
sensing that the fight is over, him and his lackeys join him and they run up the steps. And as they do so, you just start to hear the bell ringing for the second time.
Mhm.
Up we go.
Up we go.
Hey, thanks boys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Wow, I've slipped out of the accent a few times at this point. Damn. Okay, when I get to the confrontation, the accent falls. Suddenly, this 5'7" girl turns into 6'2" bloke. Adds another 150 pounds.
Naturally.
Like Scarlet Witch in One Division, your accent keeps slipping when you lose concentration.
Oh dear.
So, as you hear the bell start to ring, you also hear the footsteps from your friends here also speed up, and it would seem that they are increasing their pace to get up onto deck as quick as possible.
Are they dragging
And I will do the same.
Yep, double dash up
Yeah.
onto the deck.
Up, 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 up.
Pop, pop.
So you all start running up, and the bell is ringing, ding, 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 ding.
I'm faster than all of
As
them,
you-
so I'll be ahead.
As they had a bit of a head start, so and it's only single file. So I'd say they
Nothing,
did.
I'm gone.
They did.
Nothing that
They
they
did,
hamstring
They made it up before you, but you were hot on their heels. And as you exit onto the deck, you can see Mr. Plug stood there with Mr. Scourge next to him, and he is grinning. But as he sees you appear behind them, his face starts to stiffen and his grin starts to drop. And then he sees the rest of you come out, including Torrin, who actually looks
Unscathed.
As
relatively unscathed.
I walk
You did
past
get a
him.
slap, but
No, I didn't get anything.
No.
I shielded it.
Shielded.
I took
oh, that's
nothing.
true. Yeah, that's true. You took nothing. Yeah, and he sees this, and as he sees you emerge, before the bell stops ringing, I might add, his face completely drops, and now he's just kind of scowling.
I'm gonna do the cute innocent little schoolgirl's really sweet smile at him, and I'm gonna bat my eyelids.
And as I go past Mr. Plug, I'm gonna kind of slow my pace as I go past him and give him one of those really filthy looks up and down, and then kind of snort and turn my gaze away as if he's utterly pathetic. I'm just gonna try and convey that emotion through my charisma.
As Lanny rounds the corner at the top of the stairs, he does the same, glares him down. His eyes are deep blood red, and then the rage fades, and they just return to normal.
And as I walk past, I'm like, Mr. Plug, you got something on your chin?
You actually see his hand twitch for a second.
No. Sorry, the third one down. The third one, not that. Oh, sorry. No, never mind.
Yeah.
I like
it. Smart enough to know that you're taking the piss, and his eyes narrow, and you wouldn't even have to make an insight check. He is still, but you can sense this kind of seething energy.
Good.
And this, you can the short, sharp increase of intakes of breath. Yeah, it doesn't take a fool to see that he is pissed off.
I'm really starting to like playing an asshole.
Yeah, I'm enjoying being a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
So you join the rest of the pirates who kind of huddle around the area that you're currently in. Mr. Plug is glaring, but he eventually breaks his gaze and turns back and looks up onto the poop deck, where the captain is stood. And seeing that everyone is present, he wordlessly turns. And Mr. Plug says, "Okay, get to work, all of you." And the pirates just begin to scatter to their jobs. Desi, you would make your way to the mast, I guess.
Yep.
The two deck swabs await instructions. Devvie, I assume you would make your way down to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you roll a d20 for me?
Me?
Yep.
Okay. Bang in the middle.
And now
Middle of the road.
a d6, please.
D6.
Yes.
You are going to not die. Yay!
Okay. So as you enter the galley,
Yeah.
You initially do not see Proop
Oh, okay.
until you kind of peer around one of the barrels and see 2 feet sticking out. And as you take a closer look, you find him sat in the corner behind this barrel with his back against the wall. There is an empty bottle next to him, and his head is tilted at an awkward angle, and you just hear him.
Oh dear. Alright.
Excellent.
Okay. Is there a manifest of the day's duties down here or anything, or does it not work like that on this boat?
Nope, currently not. As far as you know, you get your instructions from the cook.
Okay. I know roughly how many people are on board this ship, though.
Yep.
So I will try to wake him first of all.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
Is there anything particularly pungent smelling in here? I'm gonna waft it under his
Him?
nose.
Kick him in the dick. Go, go.
Yeah. The bottle, the basically empty bottle next to him smells very strong.
Okay, that's not gonna help me. I'm just gonna slap his face a few times. Not enough to actually hurt him.
Okay. Okay. You give him a slap, and he he does kind of, and his eyes open, but they're incredibly blurred, and he's doing that thing like he's like looking past you
Yeah.
in that way that ridiculously drunk people do. And was just kind of looking up at the ceiling out the corner of his eye. He's like, oh, hello, mate. I think I made a bit too much to drink.
Oh, Mr. Creep, you are decidedly worse for wear, aren't you? Come on, let's get you up and sober.
Yeah. You gonna try and get him up?
Yep.
Alright. He's a big man. And as you
Athletics.
do, you can try.
It's at -1, so we'll see. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, you try pulling, but like you're pulling on his arm, but it's the rest of his body is just like a massive sack of potatoes, so it's not really having much effect. And as you do that, you actually hear him start snoring again. He seems to be off. At this point, the door opens and Mr. Plug is stood there.
Right.
Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Plug.
Oh dear, our cook does seem to be a little bit worse for wears this morning, huh?
He does indeed. Yes. I shall carry on with my duties without him if I must.
Well, yes. If he is unable to cook the meal today, then I'm afraid you will have to do it.
Right you are. Anyway, I can get a little bit of help getting him out of here and into an hammock.
I have no time for this nonsense.
Yeah.
But there is another request from the captain.
Oh yeah?
He requests turtle today.
Right, I will see
You
if
will
we've
have to
got
catch
any.
them yourself,
Oh,
as
I
well
see.
as cooking the meal.
Right you are. Any chance you can spare a deckhand or two to help me with that?
He looks you in the eye. I'm afraid they are all much too busy to be helping you. You will have to catch the turtles and cook the meal all by yourself. And if you fail, well, I think we both know what will be happening to you.
I'm going to stop you right there, sir, because I know how little men like you work. You got your little bit of power, and you reckon you got a big set of Billy Bollocks on you, but I tell you what, you fucking cross me, son, I will cut 'em straight fucking off. And I'm going to use Intimidate.
Come on,
Okay.
Oh, come on,
big money, big money.
come on, do it. Please do well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So you can
Yeah,
allocate
actually-
me a couple of deckhands to help, and you will have your meal. Otherwise, fuck off.
You see him stiffen, and his body rises slightly as his back
Go on, do something, I fucking dare
goes
ya.
straight. And he takes a step into the room, and he locks your gaze, and his eyes furrow, and you see the corner of his mouth twitching with anger. But that's where we'll end the session for tonight.
Yes.